Well, good morning, everyone. I hope you are enjoying Brewing Up Business and Networking this morning. We are so glad to have you here. My name is Tammy Wallace. I am one of the co-founders and the president and CEO of the Chamber. My pronouns are she, her, hers. We're thrilled to have a couple of housekeeping items. Please do add your pronouns to your name. You can do that by editing your name at the bottom right-hand corner where your profile photo is, or your initials. You can make those edits, and we're putting that information in the chat box as well. And if you're a guest and you're joining us, welcome. We love having guests at the Chamber. We would love to talk to you more about the work we're doing at the Chamber. So I'm here to answer any questions, as well as our executive administrators. So please feel free to touch base with us in the Chamber Networking Lounge after the program this morning. Also want to thank you to our members who are participating. And I just want to give a shout out to our regular members over the last year who have been participating with us virtually, just showing up every month for our Bring Up Business, Biz Connect Mixer. I know the virtual format's different, but we're so glad to have you. And thank you again for our, I'm gonna call you our regulars, for joining us. If you're joining us on Facebook Live or YouTube, well, we're glad to have you. Join us next time, because you actually have an opportunity to network, control your network experience. You can connect with members at individual tables. It's really a great networking experience through AirMeet. And I want to say thank you to our sponsor, Chamber member Jay Flowers Health Institute, for sponsoring the Brewing Up Business this morning. To Dr. Flowers, you'll hear from shortly, but to Robin and Jordan and the team, they have been absolutely phenomenal and have been an incredible supportive member of the Chamber. So we're glad to have them for their first Brewing Up Business sponsorship this morning. And I just want to remind everybody as well, be sure and add your contact information in the chat so people can follow up with you, add contact. Feel free to add your LinkedIn profile, all of that information, so people can connect with you. And a quick note, 2021 is the Chamber's milestone 5-year anniversary, and we are really grateful. We want to say thank you so much to our inaugural members, founding members, our inaugural corporate partners and strategic partners. These are literally the members that have been with us since year one. We are so incredibly grateful for your support as we celebrate really all year long this 5-year anniversary. And just one quick reminder, we're rolling out our inaugural digital magazine, Intersections, or Business Intersections. In June, it's going to highlight Pride Month. It's going to highlight the Chamber's 5-year anniversary. And there are advertising opportunities available as well. So we're putting that information in the chat box. It's a great way to bring visibility to your business, but particularly with the Pride Month issue, the 5-year anniversary. So want to make sure that everybody's aware about that tremendous opportunity. And for that, I do want to recognize, one of our newest corporate partners. We're so excited to have Cadence Bank on board with us. They are very much committed to LGBTQ inclusion, supporting the community. So we are thrilled to have them on board with us as well. And then welcome to our newest business level members, DA Mid-South, New Bark Products, One Day Waterproofing. You all know Paul. He's joined us with another as well. Brian White, attorney, Gibbs Media Group, and last but not least, Pride Life, where you can actually, they're a domain registrant, and you can get .lgbt as your domain extension on your website and get a discount as a Chamber member, as well as some proceeds go to the Chamber. So that's a great collaboration with Pride Life. Happy Chamberversary to the many members that are renewing. You can see them on screen. We're so grateful for your continued support. And with our partners, thank you for the investment that you make in the Chamber, for supporting us. I just want to highlight right at the top there, Fertitta Entertainment. We're so excited to have our panel this afternoon, or midday, and then the Rockets Pride Night tonight. It's going to be a great day with the Rockets, so we're excited about that. And our President's Circle members, Content Co-op, the Houston Club, and Refuge Marketing Consulting, thank you. You see our founding members, Murphy Business Sales, Outsmart, celebrating 25 years, by the way, this year in business. Congratulations, Outsmart and Bocce Engineering. So we're glad and appreciate the support of our President Circle members and our founding members. And last but not least, our chamber sponsors with Dalton. I think he's on with us this morning, and Refuge. Thanks so much. We appreciate you. With that, I just want to mention very quickly, let me make sure. Thank you, Maureen. She's keeping me honest here with, we've got a lot of events going on. So I am not going to cover all of these, but I do want a couple of things. I want you to know that the SBA webinars are continuing. Some of you should be rolling into that PPP loan forgiveness frame now, and you want to get and make sure you have all the information. We've got all that on our website. At noon today, starting at 11:30, networking. We've got this great panel with the Rockets, LGBTQ plus inclusion, sports plus workplace. You can still register for that. So after we finish up here, please join us. And then, of course, Pride Night tonight. This Friday, the NGLCC Sip and Pitch, and one of our members with Paul Lucia with a one-day waterproofing is going to be presenting. So we want to be online to support him. So join the NGLCC on Friday. And let's go to the next slide, if you will, Maureen. Yep. And winding it up here, I want to highlight that Business Builder Series workshop, 3 keys to doubling your sales in the next 6 months with Tom Jacobs. And then, of course, we'll be back here in May with Brewing Up Business, sponsored by Pat Torma with Goosehead Insurance. Everybody knows Pat. So, and last but not least, save the date, June 24th. Pride in Business. You're hearing it for the first time. This is going to be our great signature event. We're going to do it virtually this year, but it is going to be a great event. We are going to announce a great keynote speaker coming up, as well as we are going to be launching the Pride in Business Awards in 2021. And this is something we will be doing every year. But Pride in Business is our annual signature event to celebrate the LGBTQ plus business community, to celebrate Pride Month. And this year we get to also celebrate the Chamber's 5-year anniversary, our inaugural members, founding members, as well as the Pride in Business Awards. So mark the date. You're going to be hearing more about that coming up, as well as sponsorship opportunities to bring visibility for your business through Pride in Business. And we look forward to a great event in June. It is hard to believe that we're getting ready to kick off Pride Month in just a few short months here. So if you have any recommendations or any thoughts about events you want to present, you want to sponsor, please let us know. Just ping us at the Chamber, and we're glad to connect with you, talk with you about that. There are sponsorship opportunities the rest of the year. And then also just want to encourage you, if you're a guest with us this morning and you're not a member of the Chamber, join the Chamber. It is a great opportunity to get incredible benefits, connection, access. Most of our members are complimentary. So we have a lot going on at the Chamber, and even in this virtual environment. And as we start to look forward to the end of the year and hopefully can get back into in-person, there's going to be a lot going on. So we encourage you to join the Chamber. So, okay, a lot of announcements this morning. Wanted to make sure we covered that. I am so excited to introduce Dr. James Flowers with J. Flowers Health Institute, and we are so thrilled again have J. Flowers Health Institute sponsoring our event today. Before we're gonna use a little different format this morning. We're gonna use that fireside chat format. Some of you may have seen this in virtual events or in-person events. We're just gonna have a conversation with Dr. Flowers and just talk to him more about what J. Flowers Health Institute does and learn more about the organization. But before we do that, we're going to share a video with you about J. Flowers Health Institute. So give Maureen a moment to just cue up.
Our vision at J. Flowers Health Institute is to raise the standard of effectiveness and client service in healthcare. Over the last nearly 30 years of practice, what I've noticed in residential treatment centers and mental health hospitals in the country, really around the world, that there's a lack of a clear diagnosis prior to going into treatment. We offer concierge detox, comprehensive diagnostic evaluations, wellness programs, and functional restoration programs. And then to cap it off, we offer comprehensive aftercare programming. We're all complex individuals, and we work with really highly complex, unique individuals. I look at life as a 360-degree circle, and there's 360 points to individuals' lives. Each one of those points is a very complex issue in our life, and we've got to address all of those complexities to really understand what's going on with a patient. We really do solve extremely difficult cases. I look at life as a biopsychosocial approach, mind, body, spirit, medically, psychologically, emotionally, spiritually, looking at our physical being, looking at our nutrition. We solve mental health issues, mental health acuity. We look at psychological diagnoses, how a person thinks, how they process information, and why do they think and respond in the ways that they do. What's a mental health disorder, whether it's a substance use disorder, whether it's a medical condition, and that the team on the ground working with that person truly understands the person with whom they're working and does the work and allows that patient to go out and thrive. And that's the piece that means the most to me, is seeing people go home and really thrive in life and be successful over a long period of time, not a short period of time. A clear set of diagnoses is the most important thing, I believe, in healthcare. And really, this is my passion. And the Institute really offers a clear, concrete set of diagnoses upon arrival into the treatment program of choice. Really understanding how to move forward, live the best life possible.
Well, wonderful. And Dr. Flowers, welcome. I know we showcased your bio online, but I just wanted to just give a quick share for everyone that for more than 25 years, and this is remarkable, that you've been one of the most recognized and respected names in the field of chronic pain recovery, and addiction. And I think that is remarkable. And I cannot wait to hear this journey to J. Flowers Health Institute today. So welcome. We're glad to have you.
Thank you so much for having me. And, I have to say, I was just looking at that video, and here we are at the LGBTQ chamber today. And I was like, wait a minute, I don't have a gay couple in there.
Well, see, that's your next video, right?
Exactly. That's right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
And I just want to let everyone know we're going to, again, have this fireside chat this morning. And it is just, it's an honor to be able to talk to you this morning and hear more. But I just want to let everybody know, we always have door prizes. And thanks again to J. Flowers Health Institute for sponsoring those this morning. So those are going to come from, be sure you're listening to Dr. Flowers' shared remarks here, but as well as pay attention to the chat. You never know when you might.
It's a great door prize. I think I won it today, actually.
Yeah, I'm with you. And unfortunately, our board members are not eligible. So there you go. Right. But it is. You all have been very generous today. So I look forward to sharing that here shortly. So let me just start. Tell us more about, comprehensive diagnostic evaluation, a very technical term, obviously. What does that mean to the layperson?
I think, if you don't mind, I'll start by saying comprehensive diagnostic evaluation really came into my mind, and the necessity for a diagnostic evaluation is because I've been in the treatment industry, in the drug and alcohol and mental health treatment industry for 30 years, and that's something that's missing when people come into treatment is a lack of a diagnosis. Whether you are an individual therapist, a social worker, a psychologist, or a mental health provider, when patients come into your office, they come in with a presenting problem. And you typically work on that presenting problem. But what's missing is this clear 360-degree understanding, I call it a behavioral or living MRI, of the person with whom you're working. And what a comprehensive diagnostic evaluation is really looking at 360 degrees of our life, psychiatrically, psychologically, spiritually, emotionally, nutrition-wise, even looking at our physical self and doing a physical therapy evaluation, and then the other specialty evaluation like neurological, orthopedic, or interventional pain. we look at what we call a total life perspective, because I believe if you miss one little spoke in the wheel, excuse me, if you miss one spoke in the wheel go down the highway for a little while, but it's going to begin to wobble and fall off.
That's a terrific analogy. And tell us, I mean, with the pandemic, we know that, mental health issues, as an example, have been exacerbated. What's seeing in your practice, and what do you think we can do to combat mental illness during these challenging times?
Yeah, what a horrible year we've basically all had around the world, right? And what it's done for mental health is we've seen, over an 80% increase in Houston of domestic violence. We've seen an 85% increase in alcohol consumption and alcohol purchases. We've seen huge increases in the amount of anxiety that people were seeing and depression. And we've seen tons and tons and tons of missed work days. Even though people are able to work from home, we're seeing people take days off because they're not really able to function because of their anxiety. So we've seen this just explosion of the need for mental health professionals more than ever, really, over the last year. And what we can do is make ourselves more available by doing things like this and letting everyone know that if you need help and there is a mental health concern, a depression, anxiety, or anything else, emotionally substance use disorder, or a friend is drinking more and you're concerned about it, that we're here to help, and so is every other mental health professional in Houston and around the country.
Those stats that you just shared they're staggering. And then to think that, I mean, you all are doing such amazing work as, mental health professionals, substance abuse professional, helping in this space, yet it's got to be stressful for you tremendously.
It really is. We have seen even, something we talk about with our own therapist is you've got to take self-care time, right? We have to take care of ourselves because of the amount of the increase in the hours that we're all working to take care of our population. We really are, at this point, frontline workers.
Yes. And one thing I've learned since you all have been part of the chamber, as I've learned more about J. Flowers Health Institute, is this tremendous commitment. And I see it, whether I'm on your website, see it in the video, I just hear it. It's in the DNA of you, your staff. But tell us more about this commitment to patients, and what do you think sets J. Flowers Health Institute apart?
Absolutely. When I started J. Flowers Health, I wanted to do a little differently. Unfortunately, in mental health care, we see that insurance either pays very poorly or insurance doesn't pay at all. And so we really wanted to build a more comprehensive approach that we could spend as much time as we want and as much time as we need with the client patients with whom we treat. And so we did it on a concierge level. Our patients fly in literally from all over the world, and they spend anywhere from 2 weeks to 6 months with us here in Houston. And we treat them with what I call star service and concierge. So they stay here at the Houstonian Hotel while they're in our care. Or if you're from Houston and you're able to stay in your own home and there's not drugs and alcohol in your home or domestic violence issues going on, then you stay in your own home. But what really sets us apart is that we go much deeper and much broader in our evaluation to really understand the person with whom we're working before we even start the therapy. I've got to understand who you are, how you think, why you think, how quickly you think, how slowly you think, and what makes you tick before we can even begin to treat, right? Many times people will go to their therapist and say, I'm having a marital issue or I'm depressed or what have you, and not know why. And we really dig deep down and look for that needle in a haystack and look for what we call the etiology or the true reason and root cause for whatever presenting issue that they're coming up with.
Well, and speaking of, understanding, as you said, patients, you have this expertise, and you could share specifically why, but with the LGBTQ community, but we know there's a struggle to find affirming health cares. Why do you think this is such a challenge, and how do you all address it?
It is a challenge. Even in 2021, it's a challenge, right? You and I grew up in back when we had to look in Outsmart, or we had to look in what we used to call Twit. Remember that? And go, oh, where do I find a gay therapist or a gay psychiatrist or something like that? And now we have social media. But, what we do is, number one, certainly J Flowers Health is, I by the way, my pronouns are he, him, his. I identify as a gay male. We are a gay-owned mental health and medical practice. And probably 15 to 20% of our, maybe 25% of our staff identifies as LGBTQ+. So we are extremely affirming, and it's so important. One of my best friends owns a LGBTQ specific treatment center in Los Angeles called La Fuente Hollywood Center. And we have this conversation all the time about how difficult it is, even in our community, to find us, right? And how do you find those affirming mental health practices? And the way now really is social media and Google and talking to friends and networking, coming to chamber meetings like this and finding out who are the LGBTQ providers, healthcare providers. And we certainly want everyone to know that we are within that realm, and that's one of our specialties. But it's been a difficult road to get there for sure for a lot of us.
Yeah. So challenging for so many in our community. And, thank you for the good work that you're doing. There's so many more questions that I could ask.
I know.
I wish we had an hour, but don't. Do you want to share kind of any wrap up thoughts? And then I do want to let everyone know we're gonna convert your responses today and create a blog post, because we want to share more about J Flowers Health Institute and make sure we've covered. Yeah,
absolutely. What I say, a couple of things regarding substance use disorder that I want everyone to know about is addiction often starts with a prescription, right? Prescription drugs are really the leading cause of going into other addictions. It's the number one cause that we go deeper and start escalating. Sometimes when we have a sprained wrist, you walk into a doctor in an emergency room and you get a prescription for 90 Vicodin, which is absolutely insane. So be careful about your doctors. Be careful about the medications that you take for pain, any benzos like Xanax or Klonopin, which are highly addictive, because what happens is our brains begin to change almost immediately when we become highly addicted. So be careful about that. And also, I would just want to ask everybody, we have a weekly podcast. It's Understanding the Human Condition with Dr. James Flowers. And what we do is we explore the human condition with special guests every week. And so it's a really interesting podcast. And so if you guys have time, tune in. It's on iTunes and practically every other social media, but Understanding the Human Condition with Dr. James Flowers. And Tammy, thank you so much for letting me do this morning.
Well, no, we are so grateful, and I have to say, I think you all get an award. That's one of the best podcast names, Understanding the Condition. I love it. I think that's wonderful.
That's for sure.
Indeed. And thank you for your time. I know you're incredibly busy. Thank you for sponsoring this morning, and we appreciate it. So just stick around with us here for a minute. We are going to just work through these door prizes. And again, not only has J Flowers Health Institute offered 2 door prizes this morning that we're going to share, but also Core with Balani Custom Clothiers. So our first door prize today, with 2 of these actually, are thank you to J Flowers Health Institute, $100 gift certificates to the Trellis Spa at the Houstonian. And so let's work those, and then we'll come up with the third one, which is a generous gift from Corey, gift certificate. So our first question, is everybody ready here? Here we go. Our first question, and the way this is going to work, first person to post in the chat box is going to be the winner of the gift certificate. And of course, Maureen or Christy will follow up. So here we go. What did Dr. Flowers share is the number one gateway to addiction, or where does the addiction typically start?
Paul.
Paul, boom. Our lawyer in the room. I knew he was paying attention. There we go. Thank you, Paul. All right. Paul gets our first $100 gift certificate.
Enjoy the Trellis Spa. It's great.
Yeah, that is amazing. I could participate this morning, let me just say. All right. Our second door prize. What is the weekly podcast name that Dr. Flowers is the host and Robin French is the co-host? What is the name of the podcast? Julie got it. Julie, all right. Julie is the winner of the second $100 gift certificate to the Trellis Spa. And then our third door prize, and thank you to Corey for stepping up to saying, hey, I'd love to give a door prize as well for today's Brewing Up Business with Balani Custom Clothiers. It is a $200 gift certificate. And here's the question. How long has Dr. Flowers been one of the most respected, recognized in the field of chronic pain recovery, and addiction? Up, James got it. 25 years. I love it. We've got a lot of folks that are engaged this morning. This is wonderful. More than 25 years. And again, Dr. Flowers, that speaks volumes. So
thank you everybody so much.
Thank you so much. Congratulations to our winners. Again, Maureen or Christy will follow up with you. And thank you to J. Flowers Health Institute and Balani for sponsoring the door prizes. So with that, we're going to wrap it up. I do want to let you all know there's going to be more networking. We will typically, the Brewing Up Business ends at 9, but if you're in the Chamber Networking Cafe, we will keep it open. And do give a big thank you again to Dr. Flowers and the entire team at J. Flowers Health Institute for your support. We really, really appreciate not only sponsoring the event today, but all that you do for the Chamber. And the J. Flowers Health Institute team, including Dr. Flowers, is going to be in the Chamber Networking Cafe. So drop by the table that is labeled with their logo. Just a quick note, we, again, have sponsorship opportunities coming up. So contact us at the Chamber office if you're interested in sponsoring one of the Brewing Up Business later this year. And a couple of quick reminders, follow the Chamber, of course, on social. We've got a lot of things going on, as well as in the Facebook group. So make sure that you're following us. The recording from today will be on our YouTube channel, so you can watch that again as well. And we hope you made some great connections this morning. Just a quick reminder, put your contact information in the chat so people can get a hold of you. Continue to network. As I mentioned, the cafe is going to be open through 9 o'clock, but you're still there, you're still networking, you're still connecting. We're leaving it open for you. And again, Dr. Flowers and to the entire team, thank you so much for your support. We love working with you, and I know that their team would love to connect with you all this morning. So check them out at the table. Thank you again, and everyone, thank you, and have a great Wednesday. Bye-bye.